little friends. Welcome to Parabolas Kids, where we will explore together the most incredible stories in the Bible. Adventures, important lessons, and many characters who teach us about faith, love, and kindness. Today, we will start with an exciting story about a man named Jonah and his incredible adventure with a giant whale. Are you ready to find out how Jonah learned to obey God and help others? Then press play and come on an adventure with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and share with your friends. Let's go. Once upon a time, there was a man named Jonah. God gave Jonah a very important mission. He was to go to a city called Nineveh and tell the people there to change their evil ways. Nineveh was a big city full of people who did bad things. But Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh and decided to run away from the mission God gave him. Jonah runs away from God. Jonah decided to take a boat that was going far away from Nineveh. He boarded a ship that was heading to a distant city called Tarshish. Jonah thought that by running away, he could escape God's plan. However, during the voyage, God sent a great storm at sea. The waves were so big and the wind so strong that the ship almost broke apart. The sailors were very afraid and began throwing cargo overboard to try to save the ship. Jonah confesses what he had done. The sailors discovered that Jonah was sleeping in the hold of the ship. They woke him up and asked, "Who are you? Why is this storm happening?" Jonah told them that he was running away from God and that the storm was because of him. He told the sailors that in order to calm the sea, they would have to throw him overboard. At first, the sailors hesitated, but the storm only got worse. Finally, they prayed to God and threw Jonah overboard. Jonah in the belly of the whale. As soon as Jonah fell into the water, the storm stopped. While Jonah was at sea, a huge whale came and swallowed him. Jonah was inside the belly of the whale for 3 days and 3 nights. It was dark inside the whale, and Jonah was afraid, but he prayed to God, asking for forgiveness and promising to obey God if he had another chance. God hears Jonah's prayer. God heard Jonah's prayer and made the whale swim to shore. The whale spat Jonah out onto dry land. Jonah was very grateful to be saved. He knew that God had given him another chance to fulfill his mission. Jonah arrives in the city of Nineveh. Jonah then went to Nineveh as God had commanded. He walked through the city and told the people to change their evil ways, saying, "In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed if you do not change." Amazingly, everyone in Nineveh listened to Jonah. From the king to the common people, everyone repented and changed their ways. They prayed to God for forgiveness. God forgives Nineveh. God saw that the people of Nineveh had changed and decided not to destroy the city. Jonah, however, was surprised and a little angry because he wanted to see the city punished. He left the city and went to rest, sitting under a shade. God made a plant grow to give Jonah shade, and he was very happy. The next day, God sent a worm to destroy the plant, and Jonah was very sad and angry. God said to Jonah, "You care so much about this plant that it grew and died in 1 day, and I shouldn't care about Nineveh, a big city with over 120,000 people who don't know their right hand from their left." But God explained to Jonah that he is merciful and that he loves all people, wanting everyone to change for the better. Jonah learned that no matter how much we try to run away, God always knows what is best for us, and that we should always obey God because he loves us and wants the best for us. Valuable lesson. Children, the story of Jonah teaches us a very important lesson. Even when we do something wrong, God gives us the chance to fix it. God always listens to us and helps us, even when we are afraid. He also shows us that we should always obey God and be kind to others. Let's remember to always do good and trust that God is taking care of us in all situations. My friends, if you want to know this story in its entirety, just ask your mom or dad to read it to you in the Bible, in the book of Jonah, chapters 1 to 4. Remember that in the Holy Bible, which is the Word of God, you will find this and many other adventures that tell us how great God's affection, love, and care for His children are. Bye-bye, little friends, and see you in our next story from Parabolas Kids. Oh, and don't forget to ask your mom or dad to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any stories. May God bless you and your family greatly. Until our next story.